Good fucking morning, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome back to another Proof of Person show, episode 22. Today we have Goopy with us. Goopy, how are you doing today, man? Happy Friday. Thank you for taking the time. How's everything?
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Thank you for honoring me and having me on as a guest. Super excited for the show.
Love it, man. Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of stories and behind the scenes and real life alpha that you haven't shared around in public. Maybe, I don't know if this is your first time doxing. Honored if it is. GG if it's not. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, super excited. I've actually met a bunch of people. I think a couple of the guys know me, so not my first time, but it'll probably be the first time people see me. A lot of people see me.
Nice. We'll just pretend that it is, and it's extremely exciting for everyone. So we'll go with
Yes.
that. Awesome, man. I mean, you're pretty famous on X and on your group and everywhere. But for anyone that might not know you or needs a reminder, you mind doing a quick TLDR of who you are, what you do, and how you got here, please?
Sure, yeah. My name's Guppy. I've been in crypto since 2017. I have been in Web3 since roughly 2022, I would say. Got in kind of late last bull run, and I'm big into investing. And me and my friends, we started as a small group chat, and we decided, you know what, people would ask me a lot of questions, so we decided, you know what, why not just create a bigger company, for lack of a better word, and that's how I became founder of Nifty Shield.
Nice. Like how? Like were you just doing like more research than others? You just were trying more things than the rest. Like you just felt like you could lead them into like centralized source of information and alpha.
So
Like that
it's so actually Ironically, it's my little brother who got me into both crypto and Web3. When I first started, I think we were 2017, so this is roughly 8 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
He, yeah, he told me he knew I was big into investing. I was into stocks, buying stuff like Microsoft, Amazon, and he told me about this magic internet money called Bitcoin. So I said, you know what? I'm just starting off. I'm young. I want to make money. I said, you know, because he had told me about Amazon back when it was like $300, and at that time it was like 800. So I said, you know what? Let me listen to him. Bought some Bitcoin. I think it ran from like, oh my God, I think I got in around 8,000. I think it ran up to nearly 19,000. Obviously, I didn't buy a whole Bitcoin. I wish I did. Um, and I saw the money go up. So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And obviously, bear market hit. Everything went to shit. I
Yeah.
spent a good amount of the bear market, which is like 3 years, wondering, oh man, I should have sold. I should have sold. And then next bull market comes and it ran up to, I think last bull market, it ran up to like 60,000.
Yeah. Like
And
60
he tells me, oh, aren't you glad you listened to me? Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, this kid's like 16 years old when he first told me. So I said,
So even
so
a
I said,
bigger flex for him as well.
yeah. And then in last bull run, he tells me, oh, you know, you bought Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's this new thing called an NFT. And I asked him, oh, at that point, I was in like an investing group with my friends. We were talking about stocks and flipping like things like PlayStations or like collectibles, like Pokemon cards. And he says, "Oh yeah, you just buy a NFT. It's a digital picture, and it's on the blockchain, like on Ethereum." And he told me, "Oh, buy this thing. It's called a crypto punk."
What?
And yeah, he and I asked him, "Oh, okay, sure. How much is a crypto punk?" He said 3 Ethereum. I looked at him like he had 3 heads. I was like, "What?"
God damn.
And he was like, "No, no, do it. I
Um,
told you about Amazon. I told you about Bitcoin." And I was like, "Dude, no way I'm buying a freaking paint a picture on the internet for what? I think it was like
$12.
$2,400 at that point."
Yeah.
And of course, CryptoPunks became essentially the king of NFTs. And to this day,
Oh,
he looks
geez.
at me and he says, "You could have owned a punk."
Man, that's for the rest. Yeah, that's for the rest of your life. He's never gonna stop reminding you that you fucked up in that one. But I
Right.
think it's obviously understandable. Like you have to be delusional and completely have extra cash. Obviously, not waiting for that to pay rent and stuff like that on the side. Like you have to be crazy to just invest on something so new. Like it's just
Hmm.
a picture of how, and what everyone was asking and still ask, like, why can I just control save it? Which is ridiculous. But yeah, holy shit, you could have ordered a punk.
Yeah, man, I could have bought a bunk. I could have been sipping Mai Tai somewhere on a beach with whatever money that I could would have made.
Yeah, man, you wouldn't be here right now, maybe. But like, which was your first NFT then? Like, then you started seeing like while it's going on, and you started grinding.
Yeah,
Like, wow, this shit actually works, and then you started going on the
right.
rabbit hole.
So
Yeah.
actually, I mean, my first NFT, I guess technically my first digital collectible was this thing called NBA Top Shot.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, so I got into that
Interesting.
with my friends in the group, and from there we said, you know what, let's try like actual NFTs with Ethereum. So I think my first mint was actually PX Quest Chrono Forge,
Mm-hmm.
and then from
Oh,
there
that's for an NBA Top Shot.
yeah, and then from there I got into PG, I got into Jirasan, and then I minted Creeps, and
Wait,
by
you
then I
minted Cribs? I was gonna ask like what season when you have that PFP because it's so iconic, man. Like you had it for a few years. Everyone recognized you with it. Then you decided to change to a little pudgy. Everyone like, who the fuck is P.O.P? But that crib is incredible, man. I'm gonna pull it up as well here. But like you minted that, or like you bought, or you swapped, or you bought a
So
different
this
one?
one I actually bought.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
but
color did you mint? Like, which was your color crease? Was it a green one?
yeah, I think my OG one was a green one. I had actually I minted 7.
What?
Yeah, I full minted like 7, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Wait, was it mainly what? Mainly whitelist or public or mix, or how do you have 7 whitelists for grips?
no, I think whitelist. I think I had like 1 or 2 whitelist spots, so I was able to like spread it out.
Yeah.
And I think whitelist was able to mint like 3 or something like that,
And
if I
do
recall.
you remember what was it, like maybe 0.2 ETH mint, or what was it? Or maybe less?
Oh my god, it's so long ago. I think it
Yeah.
was around that price. I think it was, yeah, I think it was actually I want to say it was lower. I want to say it was like 0.05 ETH per mint.
Sheesh. I was thinking like 8 bits, it was 0.2. Well,
No,
not
no, no.
yeah, maybe
At
not that
that
expensive.
point, even from the beginning, I've always been kind of like cautious with like spending a lot. So I would not have minted if it was zero point 0.2 per mint.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because
Yeah, so I
pretty low.
minted 7, but then obviously, especially like back then, everything was like rugging very hard. So I suffered through plenty of rugs, plenty of
Yeah.
scams, plenty of pump and dumps. And by that point, I was experienced enough where I was telling people during Mint, this was obviously before creeps really took off. I told people, listen, take your profits because I've lost. I think at that point I had lost at least 1 or 2 ETH to just like pump and dump or rugs.
Yeah.
And I told people, oh, take your profits, take your profits. And I actually papered like, I want to say 4 out of the 7 I sold to put myself in profits. But then obviously creeps took off on this insane run.
Yeah, it hurts to this
And
day.
yeah, that's how it always
Well, what
is.
was the all-time high? I think was it 5 or higher? I can't remember.
I think I think it went near 10 ETH, honestly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bought one and I had it for like a year and a half. Gray one, I really liked it, but then I was waiting so long for any actual updates like Somo and everything else that they were building. And they did ship a few things like
Did it.
the gamble lane, whatever it's called, I forgot the name. But it's just they just kept asking for patience and nothing against Great, great team, great community, but like so many projects just like postponing their actual like developments and waiting for a better market. And look at us now with the the nuke in a few days ago and how everything is red. So yeah, see you in 3030. But such a great community though. And like you used to have these groups. I saw you have a few on your banner, I think, with the Jiras.
Yeah, so actually, kind of like you, I kind of got tired of waiting around. Name of the game, especially in this market, attention economy. I did sell a couple of those guys, so I do need to update my banner. I still have that OG, that one with the bomber jacket. I just thought it was a better ROI to kind of de-risk a little bit, and like you, I got tired of waiting around, waiting for communication, Somo, etc. Like, and nothing against the team, nothing against the community, which is super strong. It's just I got tired of waiting for any kind of updates. Like they don't need to ship; they just need to actually,
communicate.
communicate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes it's months like they're around, but like Discord is no announcements or no official from their X account, or yeah, it's a little bit more tiring. It's just no communication, no transparency. They just see like we're building behind the scenes and you cannot see anything. So lack of clarity, lack of just putting those funds somewhere else. Maybe like depends on the person really. But yeah, like I mean, you were mainly focused on trading. Like, what are you focusing, or like what, like throughout your whole journey? Like, have you been more leading initially for us like NFT collector, and then pivot more into trading when you started Nifty? Like, how has been the journey from when you started to now? How much has it changed? Like, how have you felt and everything? I mean, capitalizing on the market, I'm sure, but How has it been in general?
People like to say, it's kind of like you said, people learn about you and they kind of make assumptions and they say, oh, Guppy, you're a founder, you're experienced, you must be a millionaire. And I tell them, no, to become quote unquote this big or known, you mess up a lot, you fudge things up a lot, and you make so many mistakes and you lose a lot of money. And it's like you said at the beginning of the show, you need that extra money to invest in these things, right? So my number one rule to people is don't invest what you can't lose, or invest what you can afford to lose. That way you just put the money away, throw it away somewhere, and then you can kind of just not worry about it, not have to think about it. I've learned a lot, and I went from, in the beginning I was mostly just like a holder, and obviously since 2017, Ethereum, Bitcoin, they've gone up. And now before I was trading a lot of NFTs. Now I've slowed down with the NFTs and I'm doing mostly cryptos and meme coins. You gotta, just like in life in general, you gotta adjust. You gotta be able to pivot if something's not working, if something's going slow. You gotta be able to make those adjustments instead of sitting down and whining and crying. Oh, it's not. This isn't good. This isn't working. All right, if it's not working, move on. Find something else. So right now, it's I do a lot of airdrops. I don't farm airdrops. I just like check for stuff. But I do a lot of crypto and meme coin trading, and a little bit of sports betting actually.
A little bit of what? The last
Sports
part?
betting.
Oh, nice. Polymarket, Kalshi, which one are you using, or Web2
Um,
one?
I'm actually using Polymarket, and
Okay,
then I actually in Web2 I use FanDuel.
nice. Never heard of it. But yeah, no, I mean, you're mixing it up. You're never bored and always seeing what else could pop. I had a friend the other day ask me out of the blue, like a few days ago, should I start day trading now? And then my first thought was like, absolutely not. But then I was like, actually, you should. You should get that experience, risk a little bit, learn about the
Mhm.
process. I mean, no one is born a perfect trader, right? Like some people just went out there and started trying new shit, and they actually realize they can do this, and like they are emotionless and dead inside and can actually pull through with the trading. But like you will never know unless you try it. So like it was an interesting experience because it's a friend that I really care about, and I was like it's a black hole, like this whole industry, and like
It
meme coins and like NFT. Like once you get in, like you're screwed. So, but then I was like, you actually should like actually live it. Or you cannot relate it. I mean, they won't be able to relate it to you, like to connect with you in that level. Like if you try to explain it, they need to actually go through it. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I always tell people if you don't, even if even outside of trading, if you don't like travel somewhere, if you don't go to a new city, if you don't try new food or try new experiences, you're not gonna know what you like unless you actually give it a chance. Same thing applies with investing, trying to make money, running a business. Like I work Web2 as well. I work as a nurse manager in a hospital. I've done other jobs working with kids. I've done drop shipping. I've done a whole bunch of things, and a lot of things work. A lot of things don't. If you don't try, you don't know what is for you and what isn't for you.
yeah, no, I think that's the lesson in every industry. Just keep experimenting on everything and see what sticks, what you like, double down on that, what makes you click, like what you have the most fun with. Like I personally will never see myself doing InfoFi. Like I fucking hate it with my soul. Like it's exhausting. I like it's all copy pasta, it's AI, it's love. Like it's nobody actually cares. They just want the airdrop and then pivot to the next one. Like it's horrible, man. Like the like I get it. I get that concept. I get the idea. I get why it's so important still to this day. And it was dead for a few weeks, and now it feels stronger than ever because there's projects actually cooking now, but I could never do it. I think I tried it for like 2-3 posts and I was like, fuck this. I can't, man. It's not me. Like I fucking hate it. I don't know if you tried it, if you're actually pushing it. I didn't see it much on your X profile before the show when I was going through. You were very focused, I think, on your meme trading and your
Yeah.
NFTs. I saw back in the day you bought a Suki, you had a Quirky, like you had a Sappy Seal, like you tried quite a few different things, but I think you know yourself pretty well right now, and you're just focusing on doubling down on that now.
Yeah. So I actually still hold. I sold my Azuki. I had an Elemental. I sold my Sappy Seal. I still have my Pudgies, my Jirasan, my Creeps. What else? I still hold a bunch of things. Honestly, I still hold Chrono Forge.
Wow.
Yeah. I still hold a lot of things, but it's like you said, you find what works for you, right? So I tried the InfoFi thing for like a couple weeks, honestly, and you're right, that shit's freaking exhausting. It
It's
drains the soul out of
fucking
you.
literally that's the way to put it.
Yeah, because like people don't realize if you're a founder or a content creator or collab manager, whatever it is, right? You're not gonna become famous without putting in the work. You're not gonna become a InfoFi specialist without putting in the work. It's not, I posted this on X, people are gonna like and comment. No, it's like a fucking job where you're like, you're on X, you're like, all right, this is what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about Kaido, whatever. And now, okay, now that I'm talking about it, now I gotta like and comment on other people's posts so they like and comment on my post. And now I'm gonna join these group chats where we engage with each other and we all talk about, oh, which is the next big airdrop, let's farm this. And it's very time consuming. And oh my god, I quit. I was like, no, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
It was too much. Like I said, I already work web 2, so for me it wasn't time efficient to be on X all the time and just focusing on that versus just being able to trade or just, just being able to like be active in my community with my community members and making calls or checking up on stuff.
yeah, no, completely agree. And again, if it's not for you, then just pivot. Like nothing, no one is forced to follow that path. Like, main thing it should be like actually enjoying what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Otherwise, people will see through the bullshit. Like they know that you're not genuine or you don't actually enjoy that type of content. Not that you're grinding like 24/7, but that's another thing. But I also wanted to highlight and ask your opinion on joining the right groups. I know you joined the circle. I don't know if you're still there. But you
Yeah.
obviously have Nifty Alpha as a founder. Like for people out there that might be feeling a little bit lost into what to pivot and what to focus on, I do feel like one of the most important things is finding your group, finding people that you relate with in interests and what you like. How have you seen that since NFC Nifty and lately?
So I think finding your right group is the one of the most important things you can do in not only Web3, not only alpha groups, but just in general. Like you need to find I always relate everything back to Web2 because let's face it, we're all here, we all enjoy Web3, but at the same time, we all have lives outside of Web3. So whatever you can apply in Web3 to outside is great because that will help improve your life. So I always tell people, if you find the right community, right group, then that'll kind of advance you further, whether it's in Web3 or whether it's in work, in your everyday personal life. Whoever you surround yourself with, they're gonna either uplift you and help you achieve your goals and help you recognize what you want to do, or they're going to drag you down. So I think it's super important surrounding yourself with the right people. And whether it's an alpha group like Nifty Shield, whether it's a NFT group like The Circle, whether it's a Creeps, a Atama, a Zuki, whatever, a Little Pudgy, whatever community you identify with, and you find that you enjoy it, one of the main things I love that you just said is you got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy being part of Web3. You got to enjoy being into InfoFi, being into cryptos. If you don't like it, you're going to hate yourself and you're going to tell yourself, yo, I would rather just be working my 9 to 5,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
perfectly fine. I work like not a 9 to 5, but I work a regular job. You can do both, but finding your right group is the utmost importance in my opinion, because those are the people that are going to support you. If you have any questions, concerns, if you, as a founder, I'm experienced, but so many times I ask my community members, "Oh, how do I do this? Oh, what are you up to? Oh, what's the process of, qualifying for this, or what kind of projects are you guys looking out for?" Just because you're an expert doesn't mean you know everything. So you kind of just keep track and kind of educate yourself this way. Like I said, your friends, your community members, your family, your coworkers, they're going to be the ones who are supporting you and kind of helping you push for whatever your goal is.
Yeah, definitely. And I think most people, when they join groups or just in general, they burst it like they like to think like, how can I get value from this group and pretty much extract, instead of how can I add value first and like become a community member and build together and suffer together and go through the whole process. Obviously, if anyone would like to join Nifty, could they? I know you were, or you were, or are, I don't know, if still like handpicking, and you did a lot of, you did a few entries for like blue chips. You had Cripset, you had a Bored Ape, Pudgies. For anyone that might be interesting, is
Yeah,
the opportunity open?
it's a free group. It's open to anyone. The link's in my bio if anyone wants to join. We do have like a paid subscription, which comes with a bunch of utility. And just like you said, a lot of people go in thinking, "Oh, how do I get value out of this?" Which is fine to an extent. You know, no one wants to waste their time, right? No one wants to go into a group and say, or buy an NFT for whatever X amount of money, let's say 0.1 ETH, and then join the group and they realize, oh, there's been literally like 5 messages sent in the past 24 hours. No one wants to see that shit, right? So I understand wanting to get value, but I think a lot of the issue nowadays with the market in general is it's a lot of it's extractive people or projects that want to take money or want to take value without providing anything, and people want free shit. I love free shit. uh,
Yeah,
I
everybody loves
love
Christian.
I love saying it. I tell people all the time, if it's for free, it's for me.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very well known saying.
Yeah, so people enjoy free shit, but which is great, but at the same time you need to be able to provide some kind of value, provide, or at the very least put some effort in, right? I always tell people, if you're not putting an effort, you're not going to go anywhere, right? You're not going to get a massive airdrop of $100,000 for doing 2 steps by clicking a button, signing up, making a wallet. Okay, that's done. I'm going to create generational wealth. That's not how that happens.
Impossible.
So you have to be able to willing to put the effort in and work for your bags. You got to be able to join a community and do whatever you and give value to get the value back. Whatever effort you put in is the effort that you're going to get back, whether that's you paying for X, Y, and Z, or whether that's you supporting people on X, or if even at work, if you help your coworker out. And I've seen that happen plenty of times where people ask me for help. They ask me about like investments in stocks or whatever, or they ask me, oh, how do I do this at work? How do I work this machine? I help them out. And then, or they need like a referral, I'll say yes. And then later on, you never know. They might be able to help you out with whatever you might need. Oh, can I borrow a little bit of money? Or hey, I need a little bit of support on X. Oh, they're helping me out. Great. You never know what where things might lead if you don't give it a shot, but you can't expect the world to hand you over anything without you being able to put work in, and without putting an effort in anything, whether that's making money, whether it's a job, whether it's family, friends, romantic relationships. If you're not putting in the effort, you're gonna get zero effort back.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to highlight that as well on helping others without expecting anything in return. You never know how many doors it could open in the future, and even if they don't, at least you help someone in their journey and maybe some advice or made them better in any way. So definitely highlight on that. And you could have done Gen Wealth if you bought that pump at 3 but like that's a very rare case. That comes once in a lifetime, pretty much.
Right, exactly. People always say, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to pay whatever 0.1 ETH for a little pudgy," right? I did that shit actually. I had actually bought oh my God, back in the last bull run before Luca took over, I bought a couple little pudgies at like 0.03 ETH,
No way,
and
dude.
that's also another thing, whereas people become so obsessed with trading and taking profits. You also need to know which projects or coins to hold and for how long. If I think I must have had like 5 or 6 little pudgies at 0.03 ETH, and I sold them all because I got tired of waiting. Now,
Oh.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And
Oh,
then Luca took over, and then obviously we saw them run to like all the way up to 4 ETH. And I bought a pudgy, but I bought it at like 1 ETH, and I remember thinking about it. I looked back in my history, and I was like, yes, yes, I did sell
wait, a big
5 little
budgie.
pudgies
Little
at.
budgie. Yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing. You need to be able to have your conviction plays. Sure, you can trade and make money off of it, but I made my conviction plays in Amazon stock, Bitcoin. I bought the current PFP I have. I bought it at least, I want to say, 2 years ago, and I've held it because it's a conviction play, and I believe in the process, and I believe in the team, the project. So being able to hold and reap the benefits of it, just like holding Ethereum. I think I bought Ethereum when it was like, I want to say, uh, uh, I want to say it was like $300 when I bought it. So
Wow.
yeah, so having that conviction and saying, you know what, I'm sticking to my gun. I'm gonna buy this, hold this, and now it's whatever it's trading at $4,000. Having that conviction is also part of being able to progress and creating, quote unquote, everyone wants generational wealth.
Yeah, definitely. And I couldn't agree more with the conviction plays, even though the greed has overtaken all of us, even the most experienced ones. And when I think of like when it goes way harder than you expected, and you had conviction, but then greed takes over, it's like Frodo trying to throw the ring in Mordor. Like you're like, no, no, like this is going higher. I don't care. I'm not letting it go. So yeah, you need to I mean, I had a note back in the day, like it literally said like counter trade yourself, because like max euphoria, that's where you sell, and like max pain is when you buy, obviously. So I had that for a while, like counter trade yourself, like get rid of the emotions and like just focus on like this is really high or way higher than your target profit or whatever. So it's a good reminder. And again, you need to live through that. Like you cannot just teach it to someone that hasn't experienced it or someone that has never traded before. But I also think it's easier to hold like majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and NFTs have such high expectations from holders. And like
Mhm.
most people are overexposed, so like they just expect so much, and like shipping a new updates every 3 days, so it's unrealistic. And yeah, that's why also we don't have roadmaps anymore. And yeah, no, it has changed so much in the last 4 years that is wild. But what a
Yeah,
journey! What a
definitely.
journey!
And
It's
I
been
agree
so
with you,
fun.
honestly. It's a lot of people are overexposed or they get emotional with their investing. And I always tell people if you're going to invest money, consider it thrown away. Consider that money $0, and you won't stress yourself out. You won't be constantly checking the charts, and see, it'll just make your life better if you just don't invest with what you need. And if you just try to be rational and not think about it, not get emotional and say, oh my God, I just spent $500 on X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. Oh, if it goes down, I'm going to have to sell because I lost my money. Well, if you're going to do that, then you're not going to make money, right? All these whales that are Bitcoin, Ethereum maxis, right? Like all the huge whales like Pranksy. That dude, I just saw, I don't know if you've seen it on the
The ETH,
timeline.
yeah, fuck, dude.
Dude
Or
spent
did you mean something else that he was that or that? Like
no, no, so
I
like
know.
he spent so much money. Like I was just looking at East Gas where
Yeah,
everyone's posting how much gas they burned. He spent 600 Ethereum on gas
yeah,
alone.
dude. It's fucking mental. Like I didn't want to even zoom in on the actual dollars. I was like, nope, this
No,
is enough for
it
me.
is.
Like
It's crazy enough.
this
Like
is like like you combine everyone that we engage with in CT every day, and it wouldn't even reach that maybe. Like it's insane. I think I had like 5 ETH, which is a
yeah,
lot still, but
it's yeah.
600 is
Yeah, thinking about it,
ridiculous.
I had like 4 ETH on my wallet, and I was like, "Damn, did I
Yeah, still
really use
hurt.
that much?" And
Yeah.
Pranksy has like 600. I'm looking at it. Seneca has like 253 ETH, and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "Holy fucking shit! These guys are rich beyond our dreams."
It's
Just to
insane
spend that on gas,
on gas.
but again, these guys also had their conviction. They spent it on ETH and Bitcoin when it was either they bought it when it was cheap, or they were rich from the start. But either way, they had that conviction. They bought the majors, the blue chips, and they held them until now, right? That's why they have whatever 600 ETH to blow on gas, which means he's got to have over 1,000 ETH just to play around with.
Yeah, at least.
If you don't hold it, you're not going to be able to spend it.
Yeah, I saw this post the other day as well from Bini that he was getting spotted back in the day when he sold apes at 150 ETH and
Yeah,
bought gold at 1500, and now gold
no
is
way.
for 4500 and apes are 8 ETH or 10 ETH, whatever it is. So, and he just just retweeted or like just reminded was a screenshot of an ape like flooding, and I was like, wow, man. Yeah, again, just having that conviction and like long-term vision, and maybe not caring about money, having too much, all of these variables maybe combined or isolated, but it's wild how much money some of these people have, like and
Oh,
how well they play the game really as well. That
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think that goes to show, right? Like he got fudded for selling his apes at 150, right? Everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna go higher. It's gonna go higher." They're the face of NFTs. I'm sure people shit on him. They were like, "Oh my God, why are you selling? You're not a true community member." And look at that. He made the exact right play, and he has haters who are trying to FUD him and make him feel bad, guilt him, and you know what? He's the one making money. Why? He's not emotional about it. He's not thinking, "Oh, the apes are the best thing in the world," right? I'm never gonna sell it. No, he took his profits, he switched it to something that he had conviction in, and that turned out amazing for him.
played out really well. Yeah, and again, for anyone that might be thinking, I mean, they got to that success overnight. Like it took a lot of failures, a lot of mistakes, and quite a long journey. I'm sure that we don't see that much on the timeline anymore. Maybe it was 10 years ago. Who knows, really? But like, don't think that you can just get a home run tomorrow. Maybe, but like you need a bunch of luck and like winning the lottery. But
Oh,
also, like you mentioned, like sorry to interrupt. Like you mentioned, you had little budgets, you had creeps. Which has been your biggest win? Was it more in NFTs or meme coin trading?
um, in dollar amount, my biggest has been ironically, and that's why I always tell people stick with your blue chips. My biggest win has been my crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I still, I'll be honest, I think I want to say 80% of my portfolio, investment portfolio, is in crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So in dollar amount, definitely those two. I still hold all of the majors: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Binance Coin. And
Cool.
I yeah. So I've I've gotten exposure everywhere, and that's my biggest win. And that's
Nice.
why I always tell people set aside some money for trading, set aside some for long term holds, and then you're set, right? Like you know which one, like that crypto. I have it in a ledger. I don't touch it. I don't do anything with it. Really, it's my long term hold, and that's also my biggest win. Ironically.
Nice. No, it makes a lot of sense. I think there's so much. I think keeping it simple is underrated. Like just I like going again real quick to my friend that asked me about trading the other day. I after I told her no and then yes and then actually I went around my thoughts and I was like, you know what? I think just keep it simple and DCA. Like however much amount you want, but like just buy Bitcoin, $10, $100, however much you want, but like every week. Well, then just steady, and that will be most probably your highest return instead of stressing and actually, yeah, trying to trade or going down the rabbit hole of NFTs, and which is really fun, very time consuming, but like
Mhm.
the major return and your biggest win could be that just keeping it simple and DCA. So up to you on your time, family, energy, 9 to 5. It depends on every person's situation, really.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things I also tell people when they ask me, "Oh, should I buy this? It's ran up high." I always tell them DCA, right? Dollar cost average. And that's a proven strategy, whether it's stocks, crypto, gold, even. You buy a little bit. If it dips, great. You can buy, you still have money to buy more. If it runs up higher, guess what? You bought a little bit, you have some exposure. And I do the same thing with when I'm trading. I have different wallets for trading. And then, like I said, I have a ledger for crypto. I have, separate accounts, obviously, for stocks. You DCA in and you DCA out, right? You slowly take profits, whether it's a meme coin, it's a crypto, or if you have multiple NFTs, you do that. You sell one, you keep one. If it moons, amazing. If it doesn't, guess what? You already took your profits. You're set. And that's really the best way to do it, because this way you get exposure without having to feel like, oh, I don't have any money left, or I spent too much, or I bought too high. Now it's dipping, whatever it may happen.
Yeah, no, definitely, and again, the highlighting the experimenting and find your style, find your strategy, what works best for you, and for anyone listening as well that might be lost or might be exhausted or burned out from InfoFi or anything else that might be trying and trying to fake it till they make it. Well, what do you think could be what would be your best advice, or what are you paying most attention right now, and for Q4 and for Q1 2026? What do you think people should be focusing on as well?
Honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the market has changed so much. There's so many different chains, so many different L2s, so much out there. There's no way anyone can know everything. So I always tell people, find your little niche, whether it's airdrops, meme coins, crypto, and stick to it. In my opinion, I've been sticking to crypto. I've realized that NFTs, I think I saw a statistic where it says, I think only 6% of people invest in cryptos. Out of that 6%, you really have this tiny, tiny, let's say even 10% invest in NFTs. So out of 6% in the world, you have 10% of that, which is basically 0.6% in the entire population investing in NFTs. So for me, I realize it's a lot smaller than we think. So for me, especially with the new legislation, a lot of countries either adopting or becoming more crypto friendly, I focused a lot more on cryptos. I've especially with the new projects, new coins coming out, Hyperliquid, Aster, they're all creating these decentralized exchanges, and I think that's kind of the way forward for getting people on board, having them involved, as well as being able to kind of give you a good ROI. It's still on the riskier end. So if you're not someone who's willing to throw away a lot of money, or if you're not someone who's okay with, risking a lot of money, stick to your blue chips, DCAN with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Hyperliquid, Binance, and then DCA out. But I've been focusing a lot on token launches, DEX tokens, as well as capital markets, as well as prediction markets. I mean, look at Polymarket, right? We talked about it. Look at Clashy. Look at sports betting.
Yeah.
Right. It's people love to gamble. People,
It's insane.
Yeah,
The growth. I mean,
do
like it's just like keeps going up, like parabolic. How much people are gambling these days.
Right, exactly. So people love to gamble, whether it's in Web 2, Web 3, or, in general. So, find something that sticks to you. Like, I enjoy sports. My brother loves sports. Me and him, we watch sports together. So to kind of make it a little bit more fun, me and him will discuss sports bets, and we'll be like, oh, this team's gonna win because of this statistic. This player is doing really well right now. So we add a little bit of fun with it. We gamble a little bit, and it's such a huge market. And I think even on like Poly Market, you see so many people, oh, what's going to be the Bitcoin price, or what's going to happen with elections, or whatever's going on in the world. So there's a lot out there, but that's mainly what I'm focusing on, is what is a wider, like, more becoming more accepted, which is like, decentralized exchanges, predictive markets. That's what I'm personally checking out.
Yeah, and a reminder as well that, I mean, CT is a bubble that feels smaller every day. Like we just went to Singapore Token a few weeks ago, and more and more people that we meet in these events, like they don't even have Twitter. Like they just travel, they meet people IRL, they're cooking and making 7, 8, 9 figs. Like it's insane how tunnel vision we are in Twitter, and thinking that's the whole world when there's a whole universe like outside. And again, just a reminder as well, like people should be having fun on Sportsbet or airdrops, farming, whatever it is, Web 2, Web 3. Otherwise, like what's the point?
Right, exactly.
And one of the most important highlights that I want to remember here as well is that you have said it a few times, and we all know it, like invest only what you can lose. I think people forget about that, or just don't really care, and sometimes even throw their rent money into a gamble if Trump is going to say China in his speech or stuff like that. So try to focus on risk management, and don't go crazy. Try to be a little bit less delusional. So yeah, just a reminder on that on people. Guppy, man, it's been an incredible show. What do you want to leave the audience with? Any last advice, comments, something that you want to for people to remember, and just in general?
Honestly, you said it best, right? Find what you like, find what you enjoy, and stick to it, whatever it may be, right? So I enjoy crypto. That's what I focus on. My friends in real life, they know it too. They'll ask me, "Oh, Bitcoin's this much, should I sell?" And I tell them, do what is right for you. I'm not in your situation. You're not in mine, right? I am a degen. I buy fucking pictures of penguins on the fucking blockchain, right? And I tell them, do what's right for you. And I tell people in the community, follow proper risk management, right? Just because I can afford to buy a freaking penguin for 1 Ethereum doesn't mean you can afford it. Just because, just because I want to make money doesn't mean I'm going to throw my rent money away. Follow proper risk management. Always take care of your bags. But at the same time, try to have fun with it. Try to enjoy it and go spend that money. I just came back from a trip to Toronto, and
Nice.
it was much needed, and
Nice.
it kind
Good
of
reset.
reminded me, oh, this is what I make money for, to go enjoy it.
Oh, actually, I could go outside and exercise and travel.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's insane. Yeah, I mean, you could have said it better. Great closure, and for everyone as well, a reminder on staying curious, just try new shit. If you have the money to buy 1 pudgy or 10 pudgies or 100, doesn't mean you have to. Again, risk management, and try to have conviction on long-term plays. Find your style, find your niche, find your drive, and keep going. And have fun while you're doing it, while you're at it. Otherwise, what's the point? And if you're burned out, go outside and find something else.
Yeah, 100%. Go touch some grass, go travel, go have a burger and have a couple beers, a cocktail, whatever it is that allows you to de-stress. You come back, it kind of lets you reset and think about things where you're not stressing out, and you're able to say, okay, you know what? Let me follow proper risk management. Let me not just throw my entire portfolio into Portcoin. let me think about
Back as
things.
well. Perfect example. Perfect. Oh man, how do you even explain Fartcoin to anyone? Like
I,
even
I
Web
don't.
3 when that launched, I was like, what the fuck? And then it went mainstream and stuff. Like, oh my god, it's
Yeah, nah, that's why they look at us and they're like, yo, crypto's a fucking scam. They're buying the shit
you guys are fucking
Fartcoin, they're
clowns.
buying Pepe, they're buying Trump coin. Like, there's
It's
no way.
it gets like so much harder to explain as days go by. Like they're just making shit out of thin air. That is, they just keep laughing at us. But anyways, we're in our bubble. We're having fun, and we're having a great time overall, losing money.
Oh, yeah.
Guppy, thanks again, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again for taking the time. Thank you for everyone that commented, that has been live. We're going to be posting some short clips after in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. And the next show, episode 23, is on Wednesday, so hopefully see you guys there. Thanks again. Happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me. Really appreciate the opportunity. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned a little something. If not about me, about the market. And again, it was a wonderful time. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to your next show. I always love seeing you host. Your chemistry with everyone, the effort you put in to this is quite impressive. So thank you again.
Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, it means a lot. I appreciate the kind words. We'll keep cooking. Maybe we'll run it back one day. If not, I'm sure we'll see each other on other spaces. I'm in Nifty, so I'll bug you there always. and on Twitter. So we'll keep cooking. But yeah, man, thanks again. It's been a great show today. And I'll see you guys around. Happy Friday. Go have a beer. Go crazy. Have fun. Go outside or stick on Twitter and go. Just keep doing that if that's what you want. All right, guys.
All right. Have a good weekend, all.
See you then, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.